Hope you enjoy your one day. So this is Southern Ass Gamer latest review who on Dragon Ball Super episode 80 right now. It's about Gohan. He's gonna fight for a long time. I really enjoyed this episode, and a lot of fans I bet you out there did because of what happened. Anyway, let's get started. Gohan's opponent is gonna be Lavender. Lavender is the second of the Triple G Danger brothers. You know, the Fox Wolf things. It's pretty tricky when you think out of the Universe 9 opponents had strength far different than the others because they can't feel their energy, but they know that they're tough and they're strong, they've proven themselves, even though they did win the first round, this is a little difficult. Anyway, let's get started with the main story. Lavender, being the second, he looks a lot more brutal and bloodthirsty than his other brother. That was Brazil versus Boo, he's a lot more bloodthirsty, but that fight was not easy, especially with Boo, he got serious when Mr. Satan got hurt, and then Gohan, having not fought for a while and been in a tournament, and his ability is in question. However, Gohan is been training himself with Piccolo. Piccolo's been training him and to fight again, which is a good thing, seeing him back in action. Can't wait to see how this goes. This is definitely very good when you think of it. Seeing this was definitely very enjoyable. I really enjoyed this episode. We enjoyed it. Seeing this, seeing how Gohan, he at first he looked like he was struggling, but he eventually got through. Goku giving him advice to just believe in your abilities and to move forward. He's not as strong as his father right now is, but he's good. He knows knows what he has to do because he has his wife and his daughter depending on him. Seeing how Gohan, fight to Lavender, seeing how he overcomes several things. And this is gonna be major spoiler alert in comparison to other anime, so this is gonna be a spoiler alert ahead. The fight with Lavender was definitely very good because Gohan, he's a capable fighter, but he's also got a tough opponent, an opponent that he's never seen before, that being Lavender from the Universe 9, and these guys have bizarre abilities, Brazil used energy from his legs, and that's not that's not nothing new to Dragon Ball, with the whole Vegito fighting Super Buu with his legs. That's way back when, But Gohan, he got taken to a major disadvantage. Like, for example, he got blinded in the eye by some poison fog. That Lavender, his ability is poison. His powers are called Poison Blow. Basically, you can use abilities to spread poison, use them to really disable his enemies. Putting him at a disadvantage. It's definitely very auspicious when you think about it. However, this, doesn't always pan out. Like, for example, Gohan is a capable warrior, raised as a small child. He's been taught to focus his energy. Even without, trying to pinpoint Lavender's, not trying too hard on using too much of his power. He knows what Lavender could do next as long as he focus and concentrate. I mean, Goku even said to himself that this is a perfect test for Gohan. Having such a disadvantage is the perfect kind of training for him. Like, people rely too much on their side, but you focus and concentrate hard enough, you can overcome that, And Gohan is a capable warrior, But as things start to progress, as Lavender knows, Lavender knows that just being close to him is a weakness, so he tries to do things like long distance, like trying to push the gap between them, like putting him at even more of a disadvantage. And to Gohan, struggling, but Gohan, counters back, he goes Super Saiyan, which is very good, using that to enhance his powers even more. And eventually he even does get the advantage, he does bring the fight to Lavender. Everybody's in astonishment, all the gods, even Zen-Oh himself is astonished at this, when you think about it. It's really amazing, bringing Gohan back to this, giving him this test, this tough opponent, and for him to face, which is pretty good, and really good the way to test his capabilities as a warrior. However, Dean started to go a little bit weary as the more he fights, the more he spreads poison throughout his body. Because the poison is already in his system, and he took a lot of hits before. However, he doesn't let this, completely drive him down because the more pressure he feels, the more he needs to fight back. Goku. Cool, he knows this. He knows what the test is on. Gohan even flatly refuses, to get healed by using the sensu bean. Because Lavender, his brother, Brazil, got healed by this Rikai throwing him something, which looks a little bit like the fruit from the Tree of Might from the last episode, which is pretty impressive. He still refuses. He takes all this pain. And even though his body is completely wrecked, he still pushes himself limit. And a lot of fans, including myself, are glad that this happened because Gohan was such a good warrior in Dragon Ball Z. He became capable, he grew stronger and stronger. At one point, he surpassed Goku. And that was one point how Akira Toriyama wanted to end the series with the son surpassing the father. No, there was a change in plans and all that stuff. I don't want to get into too many details. It's pretty good. If I were to compare this to any other moment from any other anime, and with something riding on the line, I would compare this to Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho. When he went to a similar test, like he had to fight in total darkness against this one opponent. And then, he had to use his spirit energy to detect it, and the other guy had a helmet on. Now, I forget the guy's name, but it's classic of that, I really liked how the way it was, but eventually Yusuke won using his wits and his wits to his advantage and outsmarting his opponent. He eventually won, and Gohan, he pushed himself to the limit, It kind of reminds me of Pokemon, Ash's Charizard, the way he fought, the way he fought for Ash. At first he did listen, but he did push himself to the limit, like especially in using the finishing maneuver that he used on Lavender. The finishing being kind of resembles the Charizard's seismic toss as he grabs his opponent, takes him to the sky, and then knocks him down. That reminds me. That is a good reminder because my head just went straight to that. This is some serious nostalgia for animes that I grew up watching. And Yu Yu Hakusho and Pokemon, especially G1 Pokemon, was the best. I really enjoyed that. I'm feeling nostalgic this week. I really enjoyed how they did it. And both warriors go down. It wasn't exactly a loss for not a victory, but it wasn't a defeat either. So the next one who wins is definitely going to win this. It's going to be Goku versus the final of the Triple D Danger Barako. The two strongest of Universe 9 and 7 are going to fight. However, this also led to a discovery. Alright, they spill the beans about all the universes. Whoever loses in the Tournament of Power gets erased. However, the exhibition match doesn't count. This is just practice for what's really going to happen later, for those who are qualifying in the tournament. However, it's also revealed that Universe 7 and Universe 9 are the two lowest ranking universes of all 12. The highest being apparently Universe 1, Universe 12, Universe 5, and 8. Those guys are the ones that are at the highest. So they're not part of the exhibition match. While the other 8 universes, that being 11, and that being 10, that being 8, that being 6, 5, and 4, or the other 11 are a part of this, including Universe 6. That's pretty intense when you think about it. So basically they have to, and this is just a preliminaries for what's going to happen next. Like whoever, and everybody's in shock. Like Mr. Satan didn't know that all the universes their existence were going to be on the line, later. So he didn't know what was going to happen. And this is technically Goku's fault because he had to ask for this Tournament of Power to see who was the strongest. But he put the whole multiverse in existence. And Zen-Oh believed that all the universes, there should be too many universes, so he decided there only should be one, So whoever wins the tournament remains, everybody else gets annihilated, Which is a pretty grim result when you think about it, When you look at this, it's pretty heart-rendering, However, how all the universes are erased, the only ones that are alive are the angels. That means that Whis, Vados, all the Whis and Vados from all the other universes, they don't get erased. They just survive, while the gods of destruction are and the Kaioshin are all screwed. That's pretty sad when you think about it. How the Supreme Kai and Beerus start arguing over this. It's pretty intense. But I can't wait to see how this goes. I really enjoyed this episode, overall, even though there's a total risk that our favorite universes could be literally blown out of existence by Zen-Oh-samas. I can't wait to see how this goes. It looks like the next thing is going to be a 2-episode fight. I can't wait to see how Universe Earth 7 Goku versus Universe 9 Barakumo. I see how these two are going to go at it. I can't wait to see how intense that fight is going to be. Well, what do you think? I give this a thumbs up and a high five because I really enjoyed it. Because seeing Gohan in action again, and not just the butt of a joke, that's one of the things I really enjoyed. That's one of the things a lot of fans wanted to see. The last two movies didn't show that, and the first movie, it made light of that, and the second one made it worse with the whole green tracksuit. Someone burned that tracksuit and never want to see it again. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright, comment, right, subscribe. Thank you. Let me know down below what you think. This is Lavender. Give my latest view on Dragon Ball Super Episode 80. I'm out. Peace. See you later. Bye-bye.